Good morning, all you beautiful people out there. Hope you all had a safe Halloween. Hope it was fun. I hope you didn't get too wet. It was raining pretty good last night out here. Um, it's November 1st. It is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Um, I wanted to start off the November with the daily reflection. It's a pretty good one today. Um, I read it just to see if it was worth talking about, and I believe it is. So 78 days sober today, by the way. Life is good. Life is progressively getting better. Every day is a new day, a new adventure. I appreciate the small things. The small things are big to me because I didn't have those small things when I was out there using, homeless, whatever the case may be. I hope all of you are doing okay. I hope everybody is happy and healthy. Um, I hope you are practicing kindness and forgiveness. Um, and forgiveness doesn't always have to be for the other person. You know what I mean? It's for yourself. Um, my mind is a mental prison sometimes. It's my biggest prison. You can lock me up all you want, but I'll still be free, if that makes sense. I can be free and still be locked up in my mind, 100%. And as soon as I let go of those resentments and forgive who I need to forgive, um, that weight is lifted. Um, it's almost like me drinking the poison and hoping something happens to you. It's only hurting me. It's not hurting the other person. So once I learn to do that, I feel free, I feel cleared up, and I feel better. So just wanted to say that. But all right, November 1st. I cannot change the wind. It is easy to let up on the spiritual program of action and rest on our laurels. We are headed for trouble if we do, for alcohol is a subtle foe. From Alcoholics Anonymous, page 85. My first sponsor told me there were two things to say about prayer and meditation. First, I had to start, and second, I had to continue. When I came to AA, my spiritual life was bankrupt. If I considered God at all, he was to be called upon only when my self-will was incapable of a task or when overwhelming fears had eroded my ego. Today I'm grateful for a new life, one in which my prayers are those of thanksgiving. My prayer time is more for listening than for talking. I know today that if I cannot change the wind, I can adjust my sail. I know the difference between superstition and spirituality. I know there is a graceful way of being right and many ways to be wrong. I love that. I really do. It goes along with the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. Um, Today I am grateful for a new life. Um, I'm sure y'all have done this before, even those that don't believe in God. You've ever been locked up or in a situation and you pray, oh my God, get me out of this. I will never swear again. I'll never do this again. If you just get me out of here, I promise I'll be good. Please help me. Um, it's really easy to call upon God when you're in need and when you're in trouble. Um, it seems, I'll speak for myself. It seems for me, I forgot to call on God to say thank you. Thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for the money in my pocket if I have any. Thank you for my kids being healthy. Thank you for my family having a relationship with me today. Thank you for the food in my fridge. You know what I'm going to eat for breakfast this morning? Whatever the fuck I want. Yeah. And that's awesome. That's a good thing. I mean, whatever I have in my, you know what I mean. But you know what I'm saying. I don't have to panhandle to get breakfast. I don't have to go look in a garbage can. I don't have to. Not that I've ever gotten food out of a garbage can. Well, no, that's a lie. I have. I used to get when 7-Eleven used to toss out deli sandwiches and stuff like that. They would be past the expiration date, but still okay to eat. I've done that, you know. I've done that. Ugh. I don't have to do that today. I don't have to do that today. Um, Today I make it a point every single morning, most times before my feet hit the ground, to say thank you to God, to my God, of my understanding. Um, I don't ask for selfish things anymore. Well, no, that's a lie. I do. I do ask for help. But I'm also quick to help others, right? Um, there's many instances where I help other people. I'm not going to go into it because I don't do it for recognition. I don't do it for pats on the back. I do it and I don't tell anybody. And if I do speak about a situation, it's because there's a point behind it or a reasoning why I'm telling you. It's not for attaboys. That's for damn sure. The only person I care that knows about it is God. That's it. Um, Today, an amazing thing happened. Um, I was stressing about my vehicle and financials and all this, and there's a wonderful, wonderful woman in my life, and she blessed me with the capability to get my parts I need. Um, Out of the blue, man, made me cry. You know, I'm such a crybaby at times. Happy tears though. Uh, it, it's just it goes to show that I can't change the wind. I can't. Things are going to happen the way they're going to happen. They're not going to happen on my time. We're selfish beings, so we want things done right now, you know, or when we want it done. We need to pause. We need to take it back a notch, be patient, and just let things happen as they may. Um, Everything will work out. I promise you, everything will work out how it's supposed to work out. Um, you can adjust your sails, but you can't change the wind. You're gonna move forward. You're gonna move one way or the other. Now you can direct kind of which area path you want to go. Um, Meaning like, you know, today I can change my sail to go this way down to the dope man, pick up a bag of dope, go to the store, pick up a bottle, or I can go this way and go to a meeting, um, help somebody, uh, do work out of my book, um, give thanks to people, in situations that I'm in. Um, so we do have free will, obviously. Um, Spirituality and superstition, right? Okay, so to me, there's spirituality and okay. Let's put it this way: the difference between religion or religious people and spiritual people are religious people are scared to go to hell. Okay, spiritual people have already been to hell. Okay, we've already been there. Now we're out of hell. For me, anyway. Um, that's how I kind of sum it up. Um, Organized religion, I'm not too big on. I am a Christian. I do go to church. I do find things that I don't like about churches, certain churches. The one I go to, Calvary in Sumner, is amazing. I love it. Um, there's just things out of the Bible that I think get misconstrued and used. Um, that's a whole nother video, and I try not to get into uh, politics or religion, I guess. But I was spiritually bankrupt when I came here. I had no moral compass. Well, I had a moral compass, but it was broken. It was very, very broken. I would say and claim that I had values that I held strong to, but that was a complete lie. I didn't. I would break those values. I would cross that line for my selfish needs. To get what I needed or what I thought I needed, I would cross any lines. I stole from my family. I've stolen from my children. I've stolen from my wife at the time. I've stolen from my grandmother. Okay? These are all things that I said I would never ever do. Unfortunately, when you're an addict, you will do what you need to do to get your next high, and you will worry about the regret and shame later on, which you never do until you get sober. That's why all the emotions come into play for me when I get sober. I'm so eaten up and beat down from all the shit that I did to people, all the bridges that I burned, all the douchebaggy stuff that I did to everybody, to people I loved. That's not love when you hurt people. And I hurt lots of people, people that I claimed to love and would protect with every ounce in me. I hurt them. The only way to fix that for me is to continue to have a daily reprieve and a living amends. Live right, do right, show these people that their forgiveness in me or tolerance of me or whatever wasn't for nothing. Okay, it paid off in the long run because now I could do things for others. It puts me in a different position. He was to be called upon only when my self-will was incapable of a task or when overwhelming fears had eroded my ego. I've sat in jail so many times, read the Bible. That's the only time I would read the Bible, is when I was in jail. And I would beg and pray, get me out of this situation. I promised to not do this again. As soon as I was out, I was back at it. Right? I lied to God so many times, it's not even funny. I'm surprised he even listens to me today. But God does hear my prayers. The power of prayer is amazing. And sometimes the unanswered ones are the best as well. Like Garth Brooks says, man, in his song. That's a real thing, Most of the times when we're praying for our selfish needs and for things we want, we're not going to get. You pray for things we need. Usually, yeah. God will take care of our needs, not always our wants. But, I have Cadillac problems today. That's what I call them. Cadillac problems. Oh, my brakes aren't working in my car. At least I got a fucking car. I have a roof. I'm not out in the rain. I'm not eating out of a dumpster. I'm not ripping people off. I'm not hurting nobody. Cadillac problems. There's a man downstairs with one foot. He lost his foot because of fentanyl. So how dare I bitch and complain about having to walk to the store? At least I got feet to walk on, right? It can always be worse. It can always be worse. I'm going to make a shirt, man, that says that. It can always be worse. Because that's so fucking true. Look at the problems you have today. It could be worse, okay? Even living on the streets, man, it could have been worse. I was blessed to have a van to live in or a vehicle to sleep in. Only a handful of times did I have to sleep outside in a tent or on a park bench. I had to do that a couple nights when I was 17. Luckily, it was summertime. Never had to be out there in the rain, And I feel for those that have to, but at the same time, you don't have to. I was talking to a housemate yesterday when we were going to this auction place down the road, and I was giving him shit. I was like, oh, so you wait till you lose your foot, then you get sober. Just busting his balls a little bit. And he was like, well, I didn't know I can get help. I didn't know what to do or where to go. And I was like, yeah, you did. You knew where to go. But then I'm thinking, no, you really don't know where to go. Some people don't know where to go. Some people think that, well, what's the point of going to treatment? I'm on the streets. I'm going to go to treatment and I'm going to get out and I'm going to be back on the streets. So what good's it going to do? You know what I mean? That's not true. There are so many resources in treatment. If you just make that choice to go to detox, typically they can get you right into treatment from detox. Okay. So you don't have to go back on the streets. They make it a point in there to hook you up with a counselor and a housing person to figure out what your next move is. They don't want to take you and put you in treatment just to kick you out and go back on the streets. They don't want that. That's not their objective. They want to get you settled. There's HUD housing. There's so many programs out there. Call 211 if you're struggling. I called 211 last week. People have been telling me to call 211 for so long. I was completely shocked at the amount of resources there are. I had a lady on the phone. She was saying, okay, what do you need? Told her, she was like, boom, 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 boom. And she does all the legwork for you for the most part. And she texted me a list of resources, food banks that deliver, programs to help fix my car, like Clover Park Technical School. They have a mechanics program. It's not free, but it's a lot cheaper than a mechanic, and they use your vehicle to work on, for training or whatever. Stuff like that. Clothing banks, rental assistance. Like the help is out there. So if you're struggling, but you ain't doing the footwork, quit whining. Okay, there's stuff to be had. Quit making excuses and go after it. Go after it like you would your next bag of dope. That's how I go after my recovery today. I go after it just like I would my dope or my alcohol. You know, there's times I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to a meeting, and that's when I need to go to a meeting is when I start feeling that way. Um, I've said no a couple times. That's only because I've been to one or two already that day, and I have stuff I legitimately want to get done at my house. Um, Work wise, I haven't got the call back from Home Depot yet, but my landlord, we'll call him C, the owner of the house, we're remodeling the living room. When I moved in, it was already in the process of being torn apart, right? He said yesterday, the day before, he had a painter coming by to give a bid on the living room. I was like, I'll do it, man. I'll do the work. And he was like, well, you want to work off your rent? I'll pay you 25 an hour. I was like, yeah, I could. There's a lot of stuff I can do. A lot of stuff I can't do either, but I was like, I'll take on the project. So me and his nephew are going to start this weekend, and we're going to knock it out. We're going to make our living room look like this shit. It's going to be amazing. And if I can't do it, YouTube will teach me how to do it. And I'm not afraid to ask questions either. But my life today uh, is beyond amazing. Okay? And it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better, as it always does. If you continue to do the next right thing, stay close to a God of your understanding or some higher power, even if you don't. You know what I mean? That's your thing. I'm not putting nothing down. If it works for you, it works for you, whatever that is, whatever that looks like. I respect it 100%. For me, I stay close to my God. I do the next right thing, and everything will work out. I'm an addict, right? So I'm used to instant gratification. I want things done now. I'm very impatient. I've learned patience. I've learned to take things in God's time, not my time. Um, Try praying. Try it. It doesn't hurt. It only takes about a minute. I pray throughout the day. My son used to pray every single night. I call him at nights, not every night, and we pray. Um, and more or less is for other people. If you're angry with somebody, you have resentments towards anybody, somebody made you mad, I encourage you to pray for them every single day for 2 weeks. By the end of that 2 weeks, I promise you, you will truly want for that person what you're praying for them. You will. It'll change your perspective. It'll change your attitude. And then when you're done praying, act as if that prayer was answered. You know what I mean? And then it'll slowly kind of take over. Sometimes. It don't always work, but sometimes it works for me. Um, it's today. So us alcoholics and addicts, we have what's called in the big book a spiritual malady. Okay? And that's exactly what it is. We have a spiritual malady that needs to be fixed. In order to fix that, for me, what that looks like is going through the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. Okay? And through that process, I will have, the book says, a spiritual awakening, and I'll be rocketed to the fourth dimension. I've seen that in so many hundreds of people. You guys, it works. It works. It also says they have never seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed their path. Thoroughly. That's the key word. I've half-assed it. I've always jumped in the program. I've done the first 3 steps because it's pretty much just answering a question. And then the 4th step comes, and it comes to work, writing down stuff. My resentment, there's work to be involved. And that's when I stop. I would go to meetings 2-3 times a day. I would hang out, drink the coffee, flirt with the girls, go to the campouts, do all that stuff. And you get what you get. Or you get what you put in. And I put in half-ass effort, so I got half-ass results. Short-term sobriety. This time I'm looking for long-term sobriety. I had to give up my son because I want this so bad. I could have went back to my RV with my kid and tried to be sober and probably would have succeeded. but I had to do something different. The only thing you need to change is everything, literally. But it's an amazing thing, man. Recovery, we're talking about spirituality. Recovery didn't like open the doors of heaven and let me in. This is a saying I've heard. I hope I say it right. But it did open the doors to hell and let me out. That's what recovery did for me today. And I have 78 days sober today. Hope you enjoyed my Sasquatch encounter. Hope you guys don't think I'm crazy. I uploaded that this morning. I recorded it yesterday, so it says 77 days sober. But that was recorded yesterday. Today I got 78 days sober. In 12 more days, I'll have 90 days, and I'll be able to chair other AA meetings at my home group, which is New Arrivals in Tacoma. So if anybody's out there, go to New Arrivals. If you're on Facebook, you can find me on Facebook. Just type in Daniel Bradford, and you'll see a picture of me and Blake. You know, if you ever need to talk or anything, I'm here. Just keep your heads up. Things get better, okay? Tough times never last, but tough people do. So thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all listening to my ramble. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and a safe weekend. And be kind to everybody, all right? Just love each other. It's real easy. All right, have a wonderful day.